Nation of Fitin10, it is the final day of Fitin10. Day 70, it feels like just yesterday I said, before you know it, it will be day 70. Well, I probably did say that yesterday or just about. But you know what I'm saying? Day 1, I said, day 70 will be here before you know it. 10 weeks is not a long time. 10 weeks is probably, for a lot of you, hopefully, the entrance point, or maybe it's the midpoint in your fitness journey, but I hope that you keep going with this. And with that being said, I want to commend you, especially those of you who are new to trying to change your lifestyle, whether it's, exercise or diet or the whole thing, especially those of you who came in and just like, nah, I haven't been doing anything for years, no idea what I eat, and this is just going to be like, a whole new experience. And it really is an experience. It's a big undertaking. And I mentioned in a number of videos ago that I'm probably going to do a scaled back version of this challenge, because I just feel that, for some people it's a lot, and it is a lot. I think it's actually a lot for everybody. So I just want to say to you, I commend you for doing it. This is my area of comfort. This is my niche. This is what I do. It's very comfortable for me. It's my lifestyle. It's who I am. And for a lot of you, it's a big change. So, if you struggled, whether you did well or you struggled or whatever your situation was, I commend you for doing this challenge, okay? All right, I'm going to jump into some of your questions here. I want to finish it up because I got basically three entries, so I do want to get through this. So here we go. Name something specific you can improve on for the following week. At the beginning of the challenge, I set a goal to do 7 workouts and 3 cardios every day. I think I already read this actually. I did. Never mind. Intermittent fasting is where we were, right? This person asked about intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting, what are your opinions about it, good or bad? Okay, so we have to clarify, what is intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting simply means you're going to go an extended period of time without eating, and then you're going to eat again. Okay, so what is that time period? I don't know. Generally speaking, when people talk about intermittent fasting, they're talking about, 12 or 14 or 16 hours without eating. Some people are doing up to 24. There are some people that do multiple days without eating. And the idea behind it is to, elicit autophagy, which is basically the cleaning up of dead cells in the body. There is supposed to be some evidence that this is going to help to prolong life. By how much? Who knows? The evidence is shown in mice. So what are my opinions on it? Well, it depends on what you're trying to get out of it. I did a little bit of fasting. I went through a period of so I did this about maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I had some digestive issues, and I just instinctively said, I'm just not going to eat. I want to kind of just let myself get very, very hungry, especially because, by nature I'm a bodybuilder. I'm eating, routinely. Maybe not quite as routinely now as I used to, but I used to, basically I wouldn't go very long periods without eating. And so I went up to 16 hours doing fasting, and it seemed to help me. So it was good for that. As a strategy for fat loss, it may be good if it helps you to reduce your calories. Okay, I do not recommend doing long-term fasting. I don't recommend days of fasting as a means to help you to lose weight. But if it helps you to control your calories, then do it. If you're like me and you like to have big meals, I think it's a great way to go, because it closes that window of eating and it allows you to have bigger meals, right, while still keeping your calories in check. However, there is going to be a downfall, right? There's always a downfall, pretty much with anything that's of extremity. Now, if you're doing 12 hours, it's not really extreme. I do typically anywhere from about 11 to 12 hours every single day, sometimes up to 13. But I usually don't do more than that. Obviously, the longer you go without eating, the more risk you put of eating weight at your lean body mass, right? So, just keep this in mind, and this is going to influence your basal metabolic rate. If you lose lean body mass, I think we went through that enough. So, in terms of autophagy, in terms of like longevity, there's appears to be some evidence. Like we don't know this in humans, so this may not even be the case. For digestion, it was really good for me. If it helps you to control your calories, then do it. As a weight loss measure, short term, not bad. Again, it just really boils down to what are you looking to get out of this, okay? And I'm by no means an intermittent fasting expert. I have not looked into this. I don't know the ins and outs. So there's probably some other benefits as well, okay? I mean, just on a side note, I will also say this, like internally when you eat, your body has to do work, right? Your organs always have to do work and everything. So I think eating less is good, but at the same time, if you're very restricted in your calories, especially as you age, you're going to become frail and weak. It's just that simple. You're going to become very frail and weak. So while you may be internally healthy, externally you may not be able to handle a whole lot. Okay, so again, there's a happy medium with this. Additional comments. Tip for those who find cardio hard. I found listening to music at 1.5 times the speed helps with improving cardio sessions. I bet, right? It's going to increase that beat. It's probably going to get you to be moving. It's going to get you to move a bit faster, right? All right, name something specific you can improve upon for the following week. I need to further improve my cardio, finally hit my goal of 5K in 30 minutes. We'll aim for 5.5K in 30 minutes for the next few cardio sessions. Okay, so this person's setting out individual goals for themselves. This is obviously beyond the scope of the challenge. Nothing wrong with this, okay? Nothing wrong with this at all. As I said in the beginning of the challenge, if you want to do extra cardio, you can. But 3 times, in terms of the change that we're looking for in this challenge, 3 times a week is going to be plenty. Is there anything you'd like me to cover in this week's video series? Would you consider canned tuna to be a real whole food? Yes, so long as it's just canned tuna. So long as it's just tuna. The one thing you want to be careful with tuna is obviously mercury, and this varies on the type of tuna that you have. And I can't remember off the top of my head which tunas are lesser or more in mercury. But you want to be very, very careful with this, okay? So, but absolutely, it is just it's assuming that there's nothing being added to it, really. I wouldn't consider this a non-real whole food. This is almost as real as you get, right? I mean, it's simply just fish in a can, right? Additional comments or questions. How do you normally plan the resistance-based training sessions? Do you focus on specific muscle groups for 1 week, then go to a different muscle group for the next week? All right, so we haven't always done an A-B, so that is like upper body, lower body. But we are doing this right now. It seems to be really good, and it allows people to, like if we split up the body more, it gets really hard to tackle the whole body in a week, right? So doing the A-B helps in this way. This is one reason why we do it. Also, I want to keep things as basic as possible. Obviously, if we go into workouts that are going to be, especially when we're talking about muscle groups, if we're becoming more specific, this is beyond the realm of really just building a good strength base and some development. In terms of the actual programming of different movements, well, I'm doing varieties of pushing and pulling and this type of thing, okay? Also variety of dumbbell and barbell. This is going to play with some stability, obviously. And you'll notice that we do certain movements that are, quote, a little more functional. Functional is not the right word, but we include some movements in there that are going to require more overall emphasis or more stimulation of the entire body in terms of maybe, stamina or balance or coordination, this type of thing. And so we try to get a balance of that, okay? So you'll notice that we do different versions of rows, right? We'll do different versions of pulls. We'll do different versions of pressing, including different angles and different positioning of the elbow, both on pushing and pulling. We'll do, when it comes to your squats, your squatting type motions, we're doing various levels of lunging and squatting, different versions, side squats, of course, one-legged stuff, right, to build up the or to at least give some unilateral work to each leg to help to balance out the imbalances, right, in the limbs, this type of thing. Okay, so, but to sum it up, we are trying to work the whole body. We try to do it over 2 days. We try to give variety, and it's not solely just based on pure development and strength. We do try to incorporate movements that require a little bit more functionality. Okay, not always, but what I think is enough, okay, to serve its purpose for just your general well-being. Okay, last input. Name something specific you can improve off the following week. I've been perfect. Well, this person actually has been perfect. Like literally has been perfect, like every single time. Okay, and by perfect I mean like they're within their macros within a couple grams. If not, their macros are dead on. So kudos to this person. Again, this is not meant to be a reflection of like you got to compare yourself to this person. We're all in different boats, so but kudos to this person. Name something specific you need help with. Post challenge eating. Nope. Okay, how am I doing for time here? 11 minutes. I don't want to make this video too long. Post challenge eating, obviously I've touched upon it many times. I'm going to keep it very simple. I will go into more depth into it with the finale, but in a nutshell, there's a couple things I want you to do, okay, when it comes to eating. Eat a good serving of complete, so high quality bioavailable protein every meal, every time you eat, whether you're eating twice a day or 3 times a day or whatever. Eat real whole food and watch your portions. Now, if you eat real whole food, your portions are not going to be, I think, that big. So that's going to help to control your calories. All right. The other thing I'm going to recommend doing is try not to do any extremes, right? So again, portion control. I wouldn't recommend fasting for long periods of time. And I'm going to highly recommend that you make the majority of your meals yourself, okay? So there's some general rules for you. In terms of your calories and this type of thing, we'll get into more detail of that. And I think in the finale, of course, you can get an exit strategy. Okay, so what else do I want to say here? We may have some. I don't want to give anything away too much. I've only done a couple scans, 5 or 6, but this is just based on the way things have been going. There may be some new records in this challenge. Yeah, which is crazy because we've already got some like crazy records. So anyways, we're gonna wait and see. Hopefully you guys can make it out for the finale, which is gonna be this Wednesday at, did I say 12 or 1 p.m.? I gotta look now. But I did put it in Slack and I did tag everybody in it, so please check that out. Hopefully you can make it to the Zoom meeting. If you can't, let me know in Zoom, okay? But listen, I want to say to you guys, it's truly been a pleasure. I'm going to really encourage you to continue doing resistance-based training for the rest of your life 3 times a week, okay? I'm going to really encourage you to do a minimum of 3, anywhere from 3 to 5. Let's call it sessions, okay? Half an hour to an hour of lower resistance movement in the day, okay? Walking, running, cycling, this type of thing, okay? You could think of it as more cardiovascular work, perhaps. But just think movement is always good. Any kind of movement, even very low intensity, still gonna burn energy, still matters. Try to get an extra steps per day, 7,000 per day. Okay, eat real whole food as I mentioned. Get a good serving of protein, complete protein every meal. And get some balance in your diet. Get some fat in your diet. Okay, monounsaturated fats, saturated fats, essential fats, most essential fats. Essential fats are polyunsaturated, but don't get too much vegetable oil in your diet. Getting a little bit too specific here. Okay, think balance, real whole food, good amount of protein every meal, and eat multiple times per day. Anywhere from 3 to 5 times per day is what I'd recommend, okay? Let's get the message of the day. It's my favorite one. And it goes like this. Don't forget. Do not forget this. Do not forget this. You can start late. You can start over. You can be unsure. You can act differently. You can try and fail. And 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 you can do that over and over and over again. And you can still succeed. You can always still succeed. Try, and keep trying. And do your best. And set even the smallest goals for yourself. Okay, this will help you. Don't rely on motivation, rely on habits. Okay? I'll say it again. Don't forget, you can start late. You can start over. You can act differently. You can try and fail, and you can still succeed. You can still succeed. Every day is a new day, and you can still succeed. Okay? Positive energy, you guys. Positive vibes. Believe in yourself. And for the love of God, give some gratitude for everything you have. And I will see you for your scan if I haven't already. And hopefully you'll join our classes. That's another piece to this that I'll talk about in the finale. Okay? All right, you guys. That's it. Day 70 wrap up. Our 14th challenge. Heading into our 15th, which will start September 25th. If you want to join. Let me know, but that's still a little ways away. Okay. Thank you very much for your support, and I will see you all soon. If not for your scan, in the Zoom finale, right, which is coming up this Wednesday. See you guys.